Hello. Today I want to talk about when you go into a thrift store, do you know where you're going? Do you know what you're doing? Do you have a plan? Because it's always good to have a plan. So tell me in the comments, do you normally have a plan? Let me know if this helps at the end. So my name is Marion and I'm a reseller on Poshmark and other platforms, and I also send into the Real. And I had a retail store until the end of 2021, and I just love reselling on Poshmark and starting on eBay a little bit. And it's fun. I love it. Do I love everything about it? No, but you can see that on my other videos. What I want to talk about today is going and thrifting. I have to just take something off the camera, or is it on the couch? Oh, it's on the couch. Okay, that was driving me crazy. So going and thrifting. So let's say it's tomorrow and you are going thrifting, or even today if you're watching this in the morning. Do you know when you get to the store where you're going? I've had times where first I was going to Goodwill, which I hardly do anymore. I have to tell you, their prices are ridiculous. But first I used to go to Goodwill. Then this other little store, it was a church store. And then I would go to, what was on the way home? There was one other thrift store on the way home that I would go to. Oh, Habitat for Humanity. So I would hit those stores. Now, in the very beginning, I had no clue what I was looking for. I would go and, I don't know, hit all the tops, and then I would hit all the bottoms and blah, 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 and just go through the entire store. Now, don't get me wrong. If you want to go through the entire store, wonderful. If you have that kind of time, that's great. But I think after you become, I don't know, immune to the thrift stores, or no, however you want to say it, after you're doing it for a while, you realize what's selling. What's selling for you? Think about that. What is selling most? If you are a jewelry reseller, what sells most? Is it rings? Is it necklaces, brooches? If you sell vintage, what sells the best? And if you're a clothing, a fashion seller, what sells best? So it took me a little time before I realized, and you can always look up your stats, but in the beginning I didn't do that. So it took me a little while to realize what was selling. So now when I go into a retail store, I go straight to anything that I see that's either vintage or stuffed animals, because I'm watching all these videos to see how expensive some of these things are, or I should say how much they're worth. And I hit sections that I know are going to sell well for me. Ceramic type things are selling great for me right now, just so you know. And Christmas decorations. I know, we're in March, but you may not be watching this in March. But these are the things that are selling well for me. So I have that plan in my head. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to look throughout the whole store, but I at least know where I'm going first, especially if I'm getting to a store when it opens, because then maybe I'll see something that I wouldn't see if I waited because other people got there before me. So when you go out thrifting, go to the part of the store that you know is going to sell sometime within the next month to 3 months. If you have things that have been sitting in your closet for 3 years, like I do, but I'm slowly getting rid of them, then you know not to go for those. However, it's 3 years later, so they might be back in trend. So check it out first. Like I've said in other videos, check out your trends reports also. So have a plan, know where you're going when you get to each store. Now, each store may be different. I have this one store, the smaller store that I went to, that is a church, I believe, operated store. And when I go in there, I go straight to the shoes. And I go straight to the shoes, even if I have a million pairs of shoes to sell, because sometimes they're great name brands and they're only, I think, $4 each. So I know when I go in there, I'm going to go to the shoes, and then I'm going to go look on top of their racks. And then if I want to, I'll look at the other things, because that's where the things I like selling and sell the best for me are. When I go to Goodwill, I used to, like I said, just run around rampant. But rampant, I don't even know if that's the word to use, but I used to just run around. And now I go straight back and I go to anything that they have that's ceramic. But I also do hit the shoes, especially if it's I don't think they have them anymore, but they used to have a dollar day, especially if it's the dollar day on a certain color label. Then I used to go back to the shoes. But now I go straight back to all the ceramics and everything. And then I just browse through whatever I want to browse through. I always make sure I look at dresses. And there are some blazers that are worth more than others. So I kind of look through for them. Then if I want to go to the other aisle sections, I do. But I don't have to. And if I want to save time, I don't. So I have other thrift stores. And you'll learn, okay, so when I go into this thrift store that's closer to me, I go right over to the section where there are mugs, where there are kitchen type things, because now I'm looking for some vintage and they mix them in. And then I'll look at the jewelry. So just have a plan in mind, and maybe, just maybe, you'll either have more time to go out to lunch with a friend or to go home and take a nice bath, or who knows, to go take a walk. Or maybe you'll just know that you got all your good stuff and then you could slowly walk around. Try it. You might like it. Let me know what you do. If you like silly content like this, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button and the bell so that you get notified when I put out my next piece of content. I swear, if I edited, I'd have a great bloopers roll. Yeah, roll. Yeah. But I don't need that. You know why? You get to see it up and personal for now. So have a great day. Like I said, if you enjoyed this, boop, 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 boop. Again, what? I'm a little crazy. See you soon. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you. And thank you for dealing with my craziness. Hi, Southern Belle.